Okay, so just like alcohol, cigarettes, um, sugar, any kind of foods and stuff like that, anything that brings you comfort, when it comes to intimacy and stuff like that, whether or not you're with a partner, it could even just be by yourself, self gratification, um, maturely speaking about this, uh, the chemicals that are released in your brain after a climax, that itself can be an addiction as well. And I'm not the only one that spoke about this sort of thing, but it can get to the point where your body will literally make you restless or uncomfortable or even agitated, irritated, all that stuff, in order to just feel the need to uh, achieve that sort of climax or that release again, so that you get those chemicals released in your brain so that you feel temporary, almost like satisfaction, um, as even people do with drugs and stuff like that, like a numbing agent. So it can itself become the addiction. And personally, I know a lot of people that have gotten to their stage in life where they do not allow the energy of lust to take them over. That sort of thing is viewed differently in their lives now. It's no longer become like an addiction. It's no longer governing how they make certain decisions in their life or even how they interact with people socially. The whole idea of lust is then removed because it's looked at as something greater. It's more so like an intimacy level of like a connection with a person energetically than just the physical part of it. And can also be spiritually too, depending on who you are and how you view that sort of interaction with another person, or even just with yourself if that's something that you participate in. Um, Really, when it comes down to it, I've said this so many times, the emotional reactions that we have to our everyday life and the situations and things that we go through physically, um, and the emotions that we have that allow certain chemicals to be released in the brain can turn into forms of addiction. And if left unchecked, it kind of becomes like a real issue, um, not just for yourself, but for even people around you, depending on how many people you interact with on a regular basis. So it's okay to have comforts in life. It really is. But if you really want to truly master yourself, you need to be able to eliminate those comforts and not seek codependency on them in order to gain control of yourself back. You can reintegrate those certain things that maybe brought you some form of pleasure or whatever you want to call it. But as long as you don't become codependent on those things, especially with chemical release, you, that's when you ultimately gain control of yourself back, in my personal opinion. From the experience, the things that I have worked on myself, when it comes to certain comforts, I have eliminated them, taken them out, and done root work or any kind of get to the bottom of certain issues before I allow those comforts to come back in. Because before they were just crutches, before they were just like comforts or blankets or band aids or whatever you want to call it, before they were just used as excuses or as a form of self soothing just to not focus or find out where the actual cause of any problems are, or why I'm using them to mask certain things. And there's always work to be done. I am not perfect. I will continue to heal. I will continue to be put in circumstances where I am being challenged with my comfort zone and the things that bring me comfort. And that's fine. I understand that fully. And maybe other people are not quite there or at that comfort zone to accept being out of a comfort zone, if that makes any sense. Um, just yet, but it takes self discipline and a lot of work to put in towards loving and caring for yourself enough so that you don't become codependent on certain things that may not even be good for you. I'm not saying that intimacy is bad for you. I'm not saying that a drink here or there is bad for you. I'm not even saying that if you want to smoke or anything like that, it's your personal choice. I'm just saying if you become dependent on it so that you're ignoring other things, those things that you press down will manifest into something else, whether it be a person that you're meeting, something that's irritating you, um, anything. It will manifest itself outwards to get your attention. And it's basically your inner child getting your attention as well, because you're not paying attention to something that you should have been paying attention to, maybe because you were never taught how to do that, or maybe because you're purposefully ignoring that part of yourself. But remember, we have light and dark, and all aspects of ourselves should be loved and respected as the lessons that need to be learned. So if that's a bit of advice, I don't know if this resonates with you or if you hear any of what I'm saying, but if you do, hopefully this helps. And it's just a little bit of reassurance that maybe you're not used to getting.